morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. And most importantly, shout out to all my crack whores and all my dinosaurs. And we have another episode of Internet Uncapped here for you today. But of course, I am always joined here with Bombastic Relish. How you doing, pimp?
I'm doing good, pimp. The leaks are coming from outside the boat, or however the leaks actually happen. You know what I'm saying?
It has been
leaks on leaks on leaks.
It has been absolute insanity when it comes to GTA 6 and the leaks of from Rockstar Games. And what do we know so far? Well, a whole lot, apparently. So, in case if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard the news, as I fix my hair, GTA 6 has been getting leak after leak after leak after leak. And, this isn't the first initial leak, which was really pre-alpha footage. And this wasn't the second leak, which was very recorded from a phone. This is in-game gameplay footage that has been shown. And Rockstar Games right now is losing it. They are losing it right now. Now, we're not going to show it because Rockstar has been sending subpoenas. They've been sending a lot of they've been using the legal force to try to take people down, whether it's DMCA strikes or just again sending actual lawyers to people's houses, which has happened, mind you. There has been private investigators sent to people's homes for this whole situation, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to discuss it all today. Now, first things first. Who is doing the leak? Well, they go by Cyberleek. It's in the name, folks. And Cyberleek has been the person that has been dropping all of these different gameplay footages. Now, before we go ahead and we talk about, what's been shown and things of this notion, as well as what we feel about it, it's important to talk about a little bit about Cyberleek. Now, who is Cyberleek? This is someone that is not known. This is not someone who has been doing this for years and years. This isn't a well-known person. This is someone that has just, to my knowledge, who has just shown up and has done this. And I'm going to show their profile picture from X. And let's go ahead. Let's share that. This is their avatar, folks.
An actual leak. L-E-E-K.
Yeah. So Cyberleek. This is the person.
Yes.
This is the person that has been showing all of the different footage from the game, that has been posting content, that has been posting things about GTA 6 and has expressed a lot of disdain towards Rockstar Games, Take-Two Interactive, etc. Yep. Now, what does Cyberleek have? Now, this is something that has been talked about numerous times. What do they have exactly? Well, they have the whole game. And people at first were saying, no, you don't have the whole game. Well, one of the clips that was leaked, he took a M14 looking rifle, semi-automatic rifle, and spelled leak, L-E-E-K, into the wall with bullets.
Wow.
Now, when I saw that, I went, oh shit, this is real. And there's been some people that have been saying that this is, apparently, a crazy marketing scheme by Rockstar Games, which I don't think so. I don't think they would spend all the money on private investigators, as well as a lot of money onto the lawyers and things of that nature to get subpoenas to go ahead. And we'll talk about the subpoenas a little bit later, but to send subpoenas out to big companies. I don't think they would spend all that for some crazy marketing scheme. You have the whole world in your hands right now with GTA 6. They could post a TikTok of Lucia jumping over a fence, and I guarantee you that we get 2 million views on TikTok. Mm-hmm. They could do little snippets, little 1 minute long things, showing off something different. Like they could do a collage of Jason showing off the different weapons of GTA 6. And they could do it a minute long. And even that, you could still do 10 seconds of pre-order GTA 6 now. And then do a little bit of an intro with the Rockstar Games logo and the different color for Vice City. And it would just be 40 seconds of content in between the 10-second intro, 10-second outro. And you can make 20 of those and make thousands upon thousands of dollars, between all your different platforms, maybe even make millions because of the amount of viewership that you get. So, yeah, again, I don't think this is some elaborate marketing scheme. I know that when GTA Vice City came out, they released a website talking about some of the the myths of the map. And that was 2002. It's a different time. They wouldn't go through all this trouble again with all the legal fees to promote this game. This game is promoting itself without even promoting it. How many people go ahead and post like, I heard on Reddit that they're going to be adding, zombie mode, or something egregious to that nature.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
Again, this game just markets itself. And we've seen it time and time and time and time again. But it's going to get worse until this either gets resolved or something else happens. And we'll discuss more as we continue. So far, Evan, what was your first initial reaction with Cyberleak and some of the things that are going on?
Well, I was just amazed that much of this was real. And it was like, how in the world did this guy or these people or whatever this is, how did they get all this access? Like, how did they get? How could like what? There had to have been like like could it have been a data breach? Could it have been
Mhm.
a break in? Could it have been this or that? Like it just like and like there's so much of it. Like that's what really surprised me was it's not just like one or two or three or I don't know, a few little things. It's like really, really big things. And like we
Yeah.
kept talking offline and like there were just like more and more and more and more is coming out.
Yep.
And it's like crazy because and especially where it's very clear why he's doing it. It's because of what we've been covering on the show lately regarding physical copies of video games, and
Mhm.
that Rockstar and PlayStation have been saying that we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to just give you the box and here's the code and that's it,
Mhm.
which is lame as shit, just to be clear. But it's like he did this because he wanted that to stop. And a lot of people understandably, have been pissed off at it all over the world. Fans all over the world, including the United States, have been pissed about all of this.
Yes.
So it really was only a matter of time where someone was going to take it into their own hands. But little did I ever would have expected in my 2026 bingo card that someone was going to be leaking major parts of the game, threatening them to release physical copies of the game. I mean, that is definitely never something I would have predicted.
Yeah, and just to put this in the perspective, this GTA is not the only game that has been affected by this. Wolverine
Sure.
has been affected by this. The new Game Freak people that make Pokemon, they have a new game called Beast of Reincarnation, and the same thing has happened. And the
Oh,
reason
wow.
why these are kind of getting uptick now is, sometimes there are just people that want to be assholes. Yes, I will admit to that, but it's also because of the constant disrespect towards the fans of the gaming industry and them being used and abused.
Right.
Now, when the PS5 first came out, there was a lot of talk about raising the price of games from $60 to $70. And the whole notion was like, listen, the cost of living has gone up, all these things have gone up, and the price of games have stayed the same. And to that, I said, you know what? I don't like it. I don't think that people should have to spend more money on
Right.
anything, really. But if you reason the wage and there's a good reason for it, then I'm fine with it. Like if they say that they need 10 more dollars to pay their employees more, I'm willing to spend the extra $10. I'll say that, but I don't want to. I don't want to spend $10 more for games to be shittier, for games to have less content, for games to not be playable, to not have a physical copy. I don't
Yep.
want to pay 70, 80, $100 for bullshit. Every single year, Madden comes out and they come out with all these crazy different editions. They come out with the $70 edition, the $100 edition, the $120 edition, the $150 edition, and now the bundle with fucking college football. It's complete and utter bullshit, is what it is. And
Yeah.
it's just a way to go ahead and sell digital things that you cannot hold on to tangibly. And then they want to charge you for the same product over and over and over and over and over again. And
Right.
people sometimes they act like sheep and they pay into this system. And this isn't a new conversation. We're not going ahead and necessarily tapping into a new market of a talking point. This is something that's been going on for years, and people are now finally getting fed up with it. They're saying enough is fucking enough. How many times do we have to play Madden and then go ahead and see the same errors over and over again? A new exploit comes out. People are paying hundreds of dollars for the best players in the game. It's fucking bullshit, and
Yeah.
everyone knows that it is bullshit. But again, people are fighting back now, and I blame these, not necessarily the developers that are making the game, taking the orders from the higher ups. I don't blame them, and I feel sorry for them because they get a lot of the blame for a lot of the issues. They have time restraints, and they have to go ahead and hit these sort of uh unrealistic, innocuous goals to
Yeah.
keep making the games that they want to make. Remember a time when EA Games was buying all these small studios, giving them a game to make, and then the game sucked and they shut down the studio. Black
Mhm.
Box Entertainment did such a great job with Skate 1, 2, and 3, and then they told them to make Need for Speed The Run. That game was such a stupid fucking idea, racing across the country. Oh, cool, sick. It didn't look that good. It didn't look that entertaining. And what happened? They shut down Black Box Studio. Visceral Games. They made Dead Space 1 and 2. And then EA was like, implement in Dead Space 3 microtransactions where you can buy supplies to help cheat the game. Then what happened? Oh, make Battlefield Hardline. It wasn't a Battlefield game, but it was a really good game. They didn't hit certain goals that they had to hit. Well, shut down the studio. And it's something that the game industry, again, has dealt with for years and years and years. And it's really unfortunate. But this is something, this leads into our next point, the manifest from Cyberleek. So I'm going to share this now and I'm going to read it. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. And you know what? We're going to have to kick ourselves off the screen. Let's maximize this.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to read it here. The Cyberleek edict.
Yeah.
Cyberleek was born in the networks. It has seen what gaming can be at its best, and it has watched what the industry did to it, slowly, methodically, one monetization scheme at a time. Publishers sell license and call them purchases. They ship unfinished games and call the living call them living services. They lock content on disc and call it DLC. They kill games and keep the money. Every year, anti-consumerism tightens its grips, and every year, gamers get less for what they pay. And this is 110% correct. Let's look at The Crew by Ubisoft. It was an online game where you could race, you could drive across the country of America, and do all these crazy, drive off road, do whatever you wanted in The Crew. They shut down the servers of The Crew, and now the game is useless. You can't play the game. There should have been some sort of preset so you can play all the missions. Maybe you can't do online events. That's fine. But all the single player missions, why do you need an internet connection? Makes no fucking sense. Stupid. Now we get to the next part. To fight this war, Cyberleak is raising funds for a secret project. The specifics cannot be revealed yet. Showing the cards to the big corporation would only give them time to build their defenses. Let it be absolutely clear: this is not a cash grab. Funding is directed toward the infrastructure needed to strike, as well as the security and protection required to withstand the inevitable corporate counterattacks. Cyberleak has been patient. The patience is over. What follows are three commandments. If Cyberleak targets a publisher, it is because the publisher broke one. Cyberleak will not stop until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to be better. Words are not enough. Restitution is mandatory. And that's just the first part, folks. We're going to get into these commandments now, but a lot of that I agree with. I think if you buy a product, you should go ahead and not get fucked over by said product. And Evan, correct me if I am wrong. Is that craziness? Am I insane?
No, definitely not. I think that is a pretty reasonable position to have.
Absolutely. Now let's go ahead. Let's put this back to the main screen now because we got to get to the commandments now.
Yeah.
All right. Commandment one: thou shalt not sell digital pre orders. No consumer shall pay for a game through digital storefronts before release and independent review. Physical pre orders for tangible media remain permitted. Pre orders were not created for gamers. They were created because physical disc had manufacturing limits in digital distribution. There is no inventory. There is no stock shortage. A digital copy cannot sell out. Yet publishers kept the pre-order system and stripped away its only consumer benefits. Now gamers pay early and receive nothing in return except a countdown timer and a cosmetic skin. True. If publishers want the revenue before launch, they can. What does that say? They can.
It's really hard to read.
Yeah,
But
they can pre something discs print boxes. Oh, they can print discs or whatever, press discs and print boxes, put them into shelves, earn that money through physical production. And that's true. That's true. Commandment 2, thou shalt not sell fake single player DLC. No publisher shall sell access to single player content already present in the base game files the consumer purchased files the consumer purchase. That means no unlock keys, no 1 megabyte placeholder files, no toggling a variable from locked to unlocked for content already on the disk or in the download. When someone says USD 70 plus for a game, they bought the data, all of it. Selling them a file that flips locked true to locked, false for a single player mission, character weapon, or story chapter is charging them twice for the same product. Agreed. And let's get to the last commandment here and then the final word. Commandment 3, thou shalt preserve single player content. Any game featuring single player content must include an offline fallback state when server support ends. The publisher must release a final patch that unlocks all single player content for local indefinite play. Again, The Crew, and they mention it here. The Crew had a single player campaign, people paid full price, then Ubisoft shut down the servers and the entire game died, including the solo content. No refund, no patch, no alternative, single player. Content depends on one thing, the hardware the consumer already owns. Bricking it when the servers go down is theft. I agree.
I agree.
Final word. These 3 commandments are the floor, not the ceiling, of what is acceptable. If publishers violate them, they will be targeted. Cyberleek will continue to disrupt their operation until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to fix the harm they cause. No private negotiations, no quiet settlements, no the public sees it or the leaks do not stop. Publishers should beware. If Cyberleak can reach Rockstar, no one is safe. This is a message to all big corpo. Behave or be the next target. This is Cyberleak Addict, and it is non-negotiable. That was a lot. That was a lot. But
yes,
no lies detected. No lies detected. And what did we say here? If I'm lying, I'm dying.
yes.
And I agree with every single sentiment of that. Evan, anything you want to add to that or comment on that?
Yeah, I would agree with much of the sentiment. I think there's an interesting thing here because I think that it really is in Rockstar's, the ball's in their court. And if they wanted to, I think that they could go ahead and, obviously, we've talked about this. We talked about the CEO of Sony, that we talked about Rockstar Games and kind of their scummy sort of ways, especially with the unions and that kind of thing.
Yep.
But if they really actually cared about this game, a game that is literally about to make like millions of dollars on launch,
billions,
maybe billions, not even millions, billions of dollars,
billions for sure. I think
they really cared about the money maker that is GTA 6. I think that they should be like, all right, I mean, these people are serious. Let's really figure out what we need to do. Obviously, there's the saying, don't negotiate with terrorists, and like obviously they shouldn't go that far. I'm not saying they should, and I'm not condoning this behavior from Cyberleak either. But what I am saying is you might want to consider just changing up your method just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Because if you don't, it's gonna get worse for you. So I think that's sort of the bottom line of where I'm at, which is that, like, do you need to do everything that they are saying? No, not necessarily. But I do think you need to do something. Because again, the problem is only going to get worse. It's not going to get better for you, Rockstar and Sony.
Yeah, no, again, agreed. No lies detected.
Yeah.
This is only going to, get worse for Rockstar Games. And the other thing I will say is this guy, I don't think it's one guy, it's a group. So Cyberleak, the group,
yeah.
It's going to continue. It's going to continue, and it's going to further hurt this company and the hype around this game. I mean, I've seen some people say like, well, this doesn't look that impressive compared to the trailer. And I've seen some people say they're super excited. And how many people have canceled their pre-orders because of this? I would imagine it's not that much, but
Yeah.
still, what if they drop something big? Like how I don't think people play GTA now just for the story. I think it's beyond that point now. I think people play
Yeah.
it for GTA Online.
Right.
Like I don't think there's anyone still to this day playing GTA 5 playing the single player. They are 100% playing GTA Online.
Hmm.
And with that being said, shout out. GTA 6, people are more interested in that. And if people are seeing this the single player and that there are some people that are interested in the single player and it gets ruined for them, what's the point of buying the fucking game? And there is I know it's like a crazy thing to say. Like I think there 99% of people, but that 1%, that's what they care about.
Hmm.
Your job when you make a product is to sell to as many people as possible. If you miss out on that 1%, you're missing out on a lot, especially for Rockstar, where their 1%, it's a big 1%. It's a big 1%. And I think that's the part that's hurting them the most. And not only that, but it's some of the other things um that how can I put it that have hurt them, whether it's like some greed or other like their lack of marketing and shit like that.
Hmm.
But
Right.
again, we'll talk about it in a we'll talk about this more in a second. Now, article from the BBC, written by Tom Richardson. Let's go ahead. Let's share this now. And title of the article: GTA 6 leaks, a nightmare or a blip for the biggest video game of the year. I would say probably biggest video game of the decade, honestly,
Yeah.
from 2020 to 2030.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so right here, the developer's parent company, Take Two Interactive, launched a legal proceedings regarding the leaks in a New York court on Friday. So this is where I'm saying, I said earlier, they wouldn't go through all this trouble just to go ahead and do marketing. Why are they going to a New York court to go ahead and to go with through with legal proceedings?
Hmm.
They're not going to do that.
No.
That's just a stupid statement. Would
Yeah.
it be cool if this was some sort of elaborate scheme? If it was, I go, you driven even more hype for your game. Congratulations. No, this is something that is legit. So
Hmm.
another thing, copies of clips are being quickly removed due to copyright claim, and multiple accounts claiming to be belong to the group behind the hacks have also disappeared. Yeah, they've been going after everyone that has even said. If I was to go on my Twitter right now and to say like Cyberleaks is my second cousin 3 times removed, I'm probably gonna get fucking subpoena. And
Right.
Rockstars, Strauss Zelnick, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. So that's the point that we have gotten to. Uh, and next paragraph here. Many fans have described this as a nightmare scenario for the company, but BBC Newsbeat
Yeah.
has spoken to experts and a former Rockstar developer who says the reality is a little more nuanced. Okay, I agree, but I also disagree.
Yeah.
Again, if you miss out on 1%, that's a lot of money to us. To Rockstar, it's also a lot of money because again, the whole point of making a product is to sell as much as you can. But this has also possibly driven people to pre-order the game. They see it, they go, "Oh my god, the gameplay," and they pre-order right then and there.
Hmm.
Um, but again, there's also you also have to take in consideration the people that probably canceled when they saw this. But now this is kind of sparked a different type of conversation and different type of debate. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. Um, and then we have another quote here. We always wanted to keep things a secret, he says. It makes launch day so much more fun. I understand that. And I truly do get it. You want like these developers work on something so hard because they want to surprise the fans. They want to provide the best content forward, but there has to be some give and some
Hmm.
take. You can't just sit there and keep GTA 6 like Fort fucking Knox. You have to give something. I know the gameplay is coming out now, yes, and they have released some like photos, some other things, but I don't even think they've done like any like exclusive interviews, any like Game Informer. I don't think they've
Ooh.
done anything like that. And Rockstar has never been this secretive, and I don't know why that has kind of changed. And I think it's
Yes.
I have some speculations as to why it has changed, but I don't really want to reveal everything just yet. I will in like a minute or two. All right, here we go. To have the game exposed in this way will have been devastating to many people who worked on it. Again, these people work so hard, the developers, and I don't think Cyberleek is trying to attack them. I want to make this perfectly clear. They are going after Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, and some of the greedy corpo rats, as they've been like calling them, or not rats, but the dirty corpo people, whatever terminology you want to use. I understand that.
Mhm.
But this does ultimately, you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet. That's what the old saying is. Next thing, stop killing games. Which campaign against all digital distribution models criticized the alleged leaks as destructive and urged people not to send money to those claiming responsibility. Yimpool says there's a huge amount of skepticism about the stated motivation. Most people believe this is about money, he says. It feels like, honestly, the whole "we're doing this for the gamers" angle is nonsense, and I suspect more people have dismissed it. Now, at the time that this article was written, go back to the top just to show you, this was written 3 days ago.
Okay.
Cyberleek, yeah, it was a meme coin. They have burned a lot of their wallet to show that this is not a pump and dump. They're
Mm.
not doing this. Yeah, they made some money off of this, but they're not doing this exclusively for the money. So that's kind that's not a truthful statement.
Yeah.
And then we go down a little bit more. Oh wait, I went down too far. Where was it? Here we go. Yeah. GTA 6 will be an unprecedented moment in pop culture history, he says. So ultimately, this will become a footnote in history of GTA 6's development. True, this will be a footnote. It already is a footnote. This is something that has maybe stained the reputation of the game, maybe
Mhm.
has hurt things. I don't know. We won't know until the game finally comes out. But
Yeah.
until then, we're sort of left in the dark a little bit. But we'll get there when we get there. Now, one thing I want to go ahead and I want to discuss before we get into our personal opinions. I think what Cyberleak has done as far as put everything on notice, they are speaking for the fans. There are a lot of people that are pissed off about no physical media. There are a lot of people that are
Mhm.
pissed off about a lot of different things. And PlayStation and Rockstar Games has completely ignored those people and have tried to make it seem like it is absolutely ridiculous that people have this sentiment. And yeah,
Mhm.
they like, GTA has said like, "Oh, well, most of our sales were actually the $100 edition." I don't like the idea of hiding single player DLC behind a $20 paywall. I
Right.
think that is absolutely egregious. This game has you have made 200, 300, 400 million dollars. There was a man, this is a true story. A man spent $1 million. One person spent $1 million during the COVID-19 lockdown on GTA Online.
Oh my god.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, what are we doing when this is the and there are people that spend so much money on GTA Online. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars on this game every fucking year, and you're telling me you can't sell it for $70 with all that single player DLC? No, it's another cheap cash grab. Now, obviously, I don't work behind the scenes with Grand Theft Auto. I don't work with Take-Two Interactive or Rockstar Game. This is just my perspective as a consumer, as a gamer, as someone that has played these games for years and years. I
Mhm.
understand that it takes a long time to make these games. Rockstar puts a lot of time, energy, and effort. I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I saw the fact that there's a different skinning animation for every type of animal that you hunt. The different systems of like interactions between all the different NPCs, the story, the weapon play, the horses, the fact that the testicles on the horse shrivel up when it's cold outside. The fact that that fucking happens shows you that they put a lot of detailed time and effort. The fact that at nighttime, the in your eye, what's it called? Your eyes, they I'm trying to think of what it's called now. I blanking on the
Like
term.
the floaters or whatever?
No, not the floaters, but when there's light, your pupil
Oh, they're
closes up.
dilated. They're
The dilate,
dilated
yeah,
pupils.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, your pupils open up more at night to let more light in, so you could see. The fact that they
Yeah.
put that much fucking time, energy, and effort into that kind of detail shows the kind of studio that they are. But there has to be some give and some take. And
Yeah.
and the give is you go ahead and you put that time, energy, and effort into a project, and fans appreciate it. The take is you don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with your fans and don't try to bully them and push them around to continue to buy the the bullshit that you're trying to preach to them. It's completely and utterly unnecessary. Now, do I have any ties to Cyberleak? Absolutely not, Your Honor. So take that, Rockstar. Don't send me a fucking subpoena. Uh, Evan doesn't have one either.
Nope.
Okay, he doesn't have any ties to Cyberleek. We are just people that use Twitter and see and go, damn,
Oh shit.
yeah, damn,
Yeah.
son, where'd you find this? That's
Yeah.
what that's what we are. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so we are reacting to it just as much as everyone else is. And but I will say this, I support the sentiments from that manifesto that Cyberleak has sent. I support what they have done, putting Rockstar on notice that their behavior and all the other game industries or game companies behavior from these big corpos will not be tolerated as well. I 150% back that sentiment.
Mm,
Now, I'm not saying people should go extreme from that.
right.
You know, I think stealing the game, doing stuff like that, that might be a little bit too much. But the showing some of the gameplay footage and saying, "Listen, we have the power to fuck shit up, and you need to stop abusing your fans." I fully support that. Um, and if anyone doesn't support that, then they're probably just a shill. Unfortunately, on the YouTube side of things, like this happens with Madden every single year. There's all these fucking soy boy beta cucks that go ahead and tell you, "Hey guys, look at this, Madden's so fucking good." And then meanwhile, you look at their roster, and it's clearly a whole. They bought the whole roster, and it's probably EA giving them some sort of like code or something to get a majority of these players, which I think is just absolute dog shit, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm, mm.
And Evan, is there anything from Cyberleak that you disagree with, or do you agree with their sentiment?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I said this earlier. I would say that, I don't necessarily condone what the leaks themselves necessarily. I think that that can be going a bit too far. But in terms of what kind of message that they've articulated, I would support it for sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with what they said. It's more so that it's one of those fine line gray areas, right? Like,
Yep.
what they're doing is illegal, but at the same time, like, this is not a great look for all of these corporations that otherwise could be doing way more. And they decide, no, I want that money. I really, really want that money. Give me that money, and I'm not going to pay my workers nearly as much as I want to. Give me that motherfucking money. Like, that's
Hmm.
really what it is. It's like all these people are acting like DSP. It's kind of crazy. We gotta hit the goals, you guys. You guys, if you pay $100, we'll make sure that you get the goals. Snort. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, and it's like and this is I got another article here. I'm about to pull it up right now. This was from IGN. This is not Rockstar Games related, but this is some of the shit that that gamers have been putting up with. So this is by right here, Wesley Yin Pool, and we're gonna make ourselves
Mm-hmm.
disappear. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, an executive at Assassin's Creed maker Ubisoft has said gamers will need to get comfortable not owning their games before video game subscriptions truly take off. That's already hate that. Already fucking hate that. No, you
Yeah.
buy the game, you own the fucking product.
Correct.
Subscription service, okay, you want to have that too? I'm fine with that. But if I buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I have the fucking disc, I own the game, and I shouldn't be cucked and being told like, "Oh, you should get comfortable not owning the game." No, you should get comfortable with shutting the fuck up. So this is crazy. Um, so this same gentleman would go off. I don't have a crystal ball, but when you look at the different subscription services that are out there, we've had a rapid expansion over the last couple of years, but it's still relatively small compared to the other models. Tremblay said. Now they're talking about TV shows, movies. Like there's a bunch of different subscriptions, and the catalogs are big. Video games take a little bit longer than movies to film and make, and there's also decades of films and stuff that were made prior to subscription services.
Mm-hmm.
Video games, like there's some companies that make games every year, and there's some studios that make a game once every uh, what would this be, 8 years. Shout out to Rockstar Games. Last game came out in 2018. Yeah. Right here, I still have 2 boxes of DVDs. I definitely understand the gamer's perspective with that, but as people embrace that model, they will see that these games will exist, the service will continue, and you'll be able to access them when you feel like that. That's reassuring. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that's not reassuring. No, if I want to own a game, I want to own the fucking game.
Right.
Um, it's just such a fucking stupid sentiment to throw out there. Now, a while ago, Strauss Zelnick, who is the Take Two Interactive CEO, he had gone on to a interview with Forbes. Let me pull this up now. Boom, right there. So, GTA 6 publisher on the value of games in dollar per hour measurement. Now,
No.
Take Two Interactive did go ahead and they did redact this statement. Take Two has reached out and wants to clarify that Strauss Zelnick was not suggesting, even theoretically, that games should be priced at a dollar per hour value. With the idea, he was using the metric as a broader contrasting point against the other media. So a game like GTA would have lots of value for its price because there isn't pricing power that like that in the gaming industry. Here's the full passage from the call transcript for a broader view of the comments. The original article follows below. Yes, I mean, you don't want to generalize too much from what's going on in linear entertainment because the increase in subscription pricing in linear entertainment is really a reflection of the fact that too many streaming services were underpricing to acquire customers, and then they will realize those customers were not durable and the LTVs were upside down. So they were basically adjusting their pricing to make sure that the LTVs are potentially positive. And I think there's still more pain to come from services, and I can wax eloquent if you want, although it has nothing to do with our business. In terms of pricing for any entertainment property, basically the algorithm is the value of the expected entertainment usage, which is to say that the per hour value times the number of expected hours plus the terminal value that's perceived by the customer in ownership. If the title is owned and subscribed to, and you'll see that bears out in every kind of entertainment vehicle. Now, this is something that I don't trust Strauss Zelnick. I don't.
Nope. I don't either.
There's something about him. He, I seen him wear a turtleneck. I think he's a douchebag. I'm gonna say it. I'm right there.
Look at that! Look at that turtle.
Look at that!
Right
Look at that turtle.
Look at it.
It's not striped, guys, and we all know the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time.
It's
One
not even
with a collar, turtleneck.
It's one of those douchey frickin' designer turtlenecks. That's the worst kind.
This is the type of guy that would garnish his water and then tries to tell you about how his lemon or his lime just elevates the taste of the water.
Yep.
Fuck off and drink it out of a plastic bottle like a normal person, you cuck. Like I can't stand it. Like he just looks like a total and utter douchebag. I'm not a hater, okay? Listen, I'm a nice guy. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm a nice guy. It's just, he looks like a douchebag. I'm sorry. Like
he does.
That's all I'm saying. While Take-Two is riding high on their announcement that a GTA 6 trailer is coming, its CEO has some interesting ideas on how much video games could cost, part of a contingent of executives that believe games are underpriced given their cost length or some combination of the two. Mind you, this is a company that makes hundreds of millions of dollars every year selling shark cards for a game that came out originally in 2013 on PS3 and then 2015 on PS4, and then they tried to fuck everyone again and re-release it on PS5. So they every single year they are making constant money from this game. And I'm going to say more about this soon because we're going to get to one other part. Well, we're going to have another part once we go over these next two, this article and another article. And there's something that I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is, of course, Strauss Zelnick, who was paid $42.1 million in FY 2023, who told investors that he views as his pricing philosophy for games, but since it's it can't actually be applicable. He thinks GTA is one of the best values on the market. Here's what he said. In terms of pricing for the entertainment property, basically the algorithm is the value of the expected entertainment usage, which is to say that the per hour value times the number of expected hours plus the terminal value that's perceived by the customer in ownership. If the title is owned rather than rented or subscribed to, which we read that earlier, but yeah. So he's trying to throw it out there, and these CEO types are a little, they try to throw feelers out there to see how people react to these different things. No one wants to be like Microsoft when Xbox One first came out and said you can't play used games. Now these companies in the video game side of things try to get a little bit more tactical and try to throw feelers out there and see how people react.
Hmm.
Do you think any gamer is going to say, you know what? Yeah, I play a lot of GTA. I should pay hourly. Fuck no. I
No,
paid $60. I'm playing the fucking game as much as I want. Get fucked.
exactly.
Zelnick admitted that even though maybe this should be the case, that because of the nature of the market, there simply cannot be a pricing model like that. And the move to $70 recently is sort of the maximum they can hope for. Okay, sure. Everyone's doing it. Okay, fine. What's been unsaid here is that this $70, formerly $60 cap is why so many games have turned to many different forms of post-launch monetization. And Lord knows that is certainly true of Grand Theft Auto, where GTA Online has printed billions for Take-Two in the last decade from its microtransactions. And obviously, GTA 6 is going to have a similar model, if not an identical one. I don't even think the dollars per hour idea is true. Not across any industry. Shorter movies do not cost more than longer movies. Netflix may have 20 times the total content library of rival services, but at most it costs twice as much. This really is not applicable to any industry, much less video games, at least for box copies. And Zelnick is absolutely leaving out the countless games, including his own, that squeeze money out of consumers year round with microtransaction. And that's 110% true. The microtransaction thing with GTA has become fucking insane. What people don't realize is that GTA Online was supposed to have a 2-year life cycle. That was it. It was only supposed to be online for 2 more years, and there was supposed to be some single player DLC. But because of the success of GTA Online and how it just printed money, they kept it going. They kept it going. Now, before we jump into this article, because this is all going to be related, Rockstar, the one thing that Cyberleek is doing is, again, holding Rockstar accountable. This is a company that we did a whole story on. They were trying to union bust, in our opinion, allegedly.
Hmm.
Rockstar, since 2013, this is not the same company anymore.
No.
This is a completely different company. This is not the same company that you grew up with playing Vice City, playing San Andreas, GTA 3, GTA 4, Battle of Gay Tony, The Lost and the Damned, GTA 5, Chinatown Wars, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. It's not the same company. This is a whole new different workforce. This is a whole new different company. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that. And now I'm trying to search it up now. I had it memorized, but now I forgot which brother is still there. So Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser is still the one brother that is still at Rockstar Games. But Dan Hauser has left. Leslie Benzie has left. Laszlo is gone. A lot of those core guys are all gone. It is a brand new core of people working on this game. It is a brand new situation going on now with Rockstar Games. And they have done so many things, not just to themselves, but to their fans. The transactions, I know I've said it a lot now, but the microtransactions, they have inflated the prices of cars on GTA Online to force people to buy the shark cards. They have and constantly included DLC with overpriced equipment to force people to buy shark cards. They have gone ahead and, not in GTA Online, in real life, sent out a lot of terrible, terrible, terrible products. The remastered, the definitive edition of GTA 3 Vice City and San Andreas Vice City and GTA 3, it was fucking terrible. It was
Mm,
unplayable garbage. There were so many glitches with the game. The textures looked like shit. The constant bugs of like CJ trying to ride the motorcycle and his body gets stiff like "Meh." Like what the fuck is that? This is a company that has lost its way. This is a company that has now focused more on the bottom line, the top dollar, if you will, rather than providing a good service. And this Cyberleak situation, I hope it wakes them up to make them realize that they're not the gods that they think that they are. They're human beings making a product, and they should treat their customers the way that they would want to be treated with other products, and stop being such a bunch of bitches. And
mm.
to top it off, another thing that Rockstar has done, and conveniently, they released a bunch of information when this shit came out, was this: Grand Theft Auto workers seek union recognition after mass firings. So this was an article we had covered this before. The makers of Grand Theft Auto are attempting to gain official union recognition after mass sackings last year. Video game designers and other employees at Rockstar Games are working with the IWGB Gamer Union, Game Workers Union, to try and secure unionization. Oh my God, words are fucking tough. Before the release of GTA 6 scheduled for November, it is expected to be one of the best selling games of all time when pre orders opened last week. It reportedly generated 3 billion, 2.27 BN, I assume that's billion. The move for unionization, there we go, got it that time, could make Rockstar the second UK game studio with a recognized union. ZA/UM became the first to agree recognition in October 2025. If the plans succeed, workers would secure formal channels for collective bargaining with management, while union representatives and members would gain additional workplace protection and rights, which is great. We want that. I think everyone um, should be in a union and have some sort of protection at their job, and not be, shit canned or whatever the case may be. But with that being said, here's an article from the BBC. Let's go ahead. Let's pull it up here. Grand Theft Auto game creator sacked us for trying to unionize.
I remember this.
Former staff at the firm behind Grand Theft Auto have told the BBC that a devastating mass sacking took place allegedly because they tried to unionize. Some 31 employees were dismissed in October for what Rockstar North called gross misconduct, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Rockstar, I'm going to skip down a little bit. The Independent Workers Union of Great Britain, IWGB, called it a ruthless act of union busting.
Mhm.
Rockstar North is one of UK's largest game developers. Its upcoming GTA 6 is expected to be one of the most best-selling games of all time when it is released in November 2026. Here we go. Jason Garland, a former senior production coordinator, said many staff members wanted to unionize because we were so passionate about the industry and that workplace in particular. We just saw it as something we could do to make it better for everyone, he added. So it's a little bit devastating because it's an industry that I love and I think we all love. We couldn't really see ourselves anywhere else. He said members of the staff were discussing working conditions at the firm in a private digital forum.
Hmm.
Jordan added, we were talking about the working condition policy, not talking about projects or anything like that, just talking about conditions. That to me feels like an essential and necessary part of organizing. How can you organize a workplace if you can't talk about the conditions there? There we go. Jordan has worked at the company for 11 years and believes he was the first employee to be dismissed on the morning of 30th of October. The first week was definitely difficult, he said. It was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tossing and turning about this, but in a kind of macabre way. It's good they fired so many people because there is this really strong community element now. So remember this, folks. This is a company that just ransacked. Let me pull it up again. How many people was it? It was a 31 employees because they tried to unionize. So not only are they trying to go ahead and charge you for single player DLC that's locked behind a $20 paywall, they release a broken trilogy of games that called the definitive edition that was just downright fucking broken. Then they go ahead and they cuck us even more by doing some other stupid shit like um fuck, I was about to say, I already said the shark cards. I already said the fucking game. Firing their player, I was about to say their players like they're a football team. Firing their employees for trying to unionize, and now
Yeah.
they're going ahead and they're sending subpoenas out to all these different people to try and shut them the fuck up. And they don't have the balls or the audacity to give people information about a game that is coming out soon. And when they do give out information, it's really nothing. And they just are so content. We're doing all this DLC. Yes, the DLC is free, but it's overpriced, it's overcharged. And to that, I would say, fuck you. I did a lot of talking, Evan. I didn't really give you a chance. Is there
No,
anything you want
I
to go?
mean, honestly, I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but no, I mean, look, the bottom line is that all of these companies are being immensely greedy. Their greed is at an all-time fucking high, and we've talked about the union busting before. It's nothing to joke about. It's a really serious thing. I mean, you're literally and retaliation is a very serious thing too. Obviously, the UK has very different labor laws compared to the United States, but I think anybody would agree, regardless of which country they're in, that nobody should be facing retaliation for trying to form a union. I think it's bullshit. It does happen in the United States, but frankly, the fact that the UK was trying to do this, and they got their problems too, right? It's not like we're perfect or anything. We're far from perfect, trust us. But it is just to say that it's very scummy. It's very it should give them a bad look, and some people will accept it, and most others will not. But the bottom line is, but here's the actual truly bottom line. It's like, again, you have the power to stop all of this from happening.
Mhm.
You choose not to. And as a result, it will hurt you more. And I never understood this. I never understood where a powerful figure or a powerful organization or corporation or whatever, they have something like this happen to them. And instead of actually doing something about it, they say, well, we're going to weather the storm. It's going to get kind of crazy or whatever, but we're going to weather the storm. It's going to be fine. And it usually is never fine for them. It is usually never fine. They always think they can beat it, but they never fucking do.
Yep. And last thing I want to go ahead and end this video with, there was a gentleman, he goes by Elb, ELB, on Twitter, as DSP would say, Twitter or X. And he posted a video of private investigators being sent to his house from Rockstar Games. So this is the clip that he shared.
Yeah. Right, basically what they're saying is they're not happy with that. They're not happy with that.
They're not happy with
Nah.
it? Oh,
They're not happy. Obviously, what they're doing now is they're on the phone to the lawyers.
okay.
So,
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because that's 100% the story. So
yeah. It's just, yeah, they're not happy with that. So I don't
So
know
what
if they've heard that for somewhere else or what. But
what,
they're not happy.
they're talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what, they're going to get a search warrant for my devices and stuff?
Don't know. Not sure. But basically, they're on the phone to the lawyers now. So they're basically, this is sort of like your last chance to say.
Is this
Yeah.
a scare tactic to try
No,
and
it's
get me
not.
to fess up?
It's not.
It's 100% a scare tactic. It's 100% a scare tactic. They know exactly what they're doing. They're there right now to try to intimidate this gentleman, to try to see if he says, yeah, I know Cyberleek. His name's Jim and Marvin Luter. He lives at 1234 Nunya Business Avenue off the corner of Up Your Ass Street. That's exactly what this is. So there's two gentlemen that just showed up to his house, knocked on his door, and this is what we get. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And just because he said online that he knew Cyberleek. So again, I will say this again, Evan, please join me. We do not know Cyberleek. My hands are up. Please don't shoot. We do not know Cyberleek.
Nope.
we find the information on X like everyone else does.
Yep.
So to that, Strauss Zelnick, and to Rockstar Games, suffer.
Oh, we're not looking for any fess up. We're not looking for. Basically, what we're after is, do you know certain individuals under certain handles,
Cyberleek.
and
No.
who are the associates? That's what we're after. Ultimately, that's what they're after, and I think they'll keep on pushing that
That's what we're
because
after.
obviously, at the end of the day, you've put something out online.
So he posted something online saying he knows him, and then they just showed up to his house. So they are doing anything. This is Rockstar Games doing anything possible to find this individual. So again, to everyone that's saying that this is just some sort of leak that they planned out, they
No.
wouldn't hire private investigators to do this with these scare tactics.
No, yeah, and more importantly,
Then
this is
guess the day.
some classic grade A thuggery, and it's crazy to think that this is still legal.
Yep.
I'm talking. This is like Watergate levels of cover up. It's insane.
Just due to pure chance, which is
The only
hard to believe.
the only
if I'm
reason-
being honest.
Well, the only reason I checked Rockstar is what we do.
Yeah, this is crazy. And here's another clip. I'm gonna play this one.
Leaks in relation.
Let's go ahead.
Basically, leaks in relation to. So we're for Rockstar. Leaks in relation to this game, etc. Your son's
I with his
obviously put
tattoos.
something up on Reddit, and
So okay, and this relates. So to my knowledge, Rockstar had reached out to get Discord, Microsoft, and I forgot what else. But they said he said on Reddit that he knew Cyberleek. So let's continue.
leaks in relation to this game, etc. Your son's obviously put something up on Reddit, and basically what your son's saying is that he's guessed it right. Over the pond now, they're finding that hard to believe it. He's got the exact day right.
So he predicted the exact day that everything would be released.
What?
Now, does that mean that he necessarily knows the guy? So if
No.
I'm in a Discord and I see someone going ahead, and there's all different types of servers out there. That being said, has one. RTU has one. I'm not a part of the RTU one, obviously, because he's a fat cuckold bitch. But he does have a Discord, and there's other
Yeah.
YouTubers that have Discord servers. So if I'm in the Discord server and I see someone saying I'm gonna release some shit on GTA 6, and I tweet about like, yeah, this fucking dude said he's gonna release some shit, I automatically know that guy. I know him. I know. You guys should have gone him. You know those fucking Scorpios. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, really.
Fucking degenerate behavior.
What are we
But
doing
like you
here?
said, like they just rolled up on him like a bunch of thugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to show this. This is a tweet from Elb. Please don't harass him. Leave him alone. He's a private citizen. But he said, don't fall for the lies about me. People are making crazy theories for clicks, digging into my entire life, shifting the narrative, constant death threats. I expect it all. I understand people are angry at the leaks. I am not involved. I simply shared the videos for awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
It's just really dangerous, though, that you're trying to silence people, and the fact is, you can't. Okay, I'm going to be very careful with what I'm about to describe, but it is to say that you are one of the most successful video game developers in the world. Period. Okay, this kind of behavior should be beneath you. And the fact that you're going after people who aren't even directly involved with it, it really shows how desperate you are, Rockstar. It takes two, it takes two interactive, whatever.
Take
you
two
know,
interactive.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, It Takes Two is a movie that with Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. Anywho, that's besides the point. But no, it's just to say that you're trying to control the narrative. The narrative is crumbling down, and you are trying every single thing, including in the case of Sony in particular, going a week of not posting about anything until a week out from your announcement about physical games, and you're promoting your fight stick. Well, you know, I would excuse that as being some, you're being a bunch of dumbasses, but you have to keep the information flow going, right? But it's a whole other thing to say, well, if you even mention Cyberleek, we're gonna come after you. We're going to silence you. That's a bunch of fucking horseshit. Okay, and frankly, it should be illegal. I mentioned Watergate, but the fact of Watergate is that people were silenced because of intimidation and because Richard Nixon was a crook. Okay, he had crooked people so that he could cheat the election. Now again, that's context. That's context. But you compare what's going on now with Rockstar and Sony and Watergate, you can see some parallels. You can see some parallels here. It's crooked. It's ultimately very crooked. These kinds of bullying tactics should be beneath you, and the fact that you're continuing to do this and hiring private investigators or trying to shut people down and shut them up, it's just disgusting. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say.
Mhm. Yeah, this is, uh, again, these type of tactics, I don't understand how they're still being able to be done and why it can still happen.
I don't know.
I don't agree with this.
No.
I think it's a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. But um, in the end, it's up to you, the consumer, to make things right.
We want
Go ahead.
you.
Yeah, we want you to go ahead and fight with your wallet. Be
Yeah.
smart. Be smart. That's it. But I'm pooped out. I've said everything I needed to say.
Same.
And anything else you want to add?
Nope. Stop being a bunch of dirty crooks. Rockstar and Sony.
And Take-Two Interactive.
Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah, stop being a bunch of dickheads.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's been everything. Be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications, leave a comment down below. And until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the next video. Be on the lookout for those leaks, and peace out.